Coming at you live. It was live when I made it.
I went from nothing to something. I had to make the shit right. Came from nothing. I got it straight out the dirt. 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 I got it straight out the dirt.
It's Cool Breeze. Cool Breeze Trucking. Coming at you live. Yeah, so this one's not live, but it was live when I made it. Oh, I want to share what I know or what I've experienced about old trucks versus new trucks. So basically, to me, a truck is a truck. Okay, as long as it's safe and it gets the job done, then it's doing what it's supposed to do. I've been in both new, I've been in newer, and I've been in older trucks. And to me, it just depends on what you're going to use the truck for. Let's say you're just going to run 50 miles or 100 miles back and forth from the yard, do a little local jump. You know, why not have an old truck? An older truck. Because, you know, you're not going to be far away if something breaks down. You know, and these trucks are pretty bulletproof. Oh, the older trucks are pretty bulletproof. I've never seen so many check engine lights until I start getting into these newer trucks. And then these newer trucks, you know, you don't necessarily want a newer truck for local stuff because they need to get on the highway and roll. This DEF and filter, exhaust filter and all that stuff that they have on these trucks, these newer trucks, they need to be on the highway and moving at a higher rate of speed more often than they would be as a local run. And it's crazy because I've never seen so many check engine lights until I got into these newer trucks with the exhaust filter and all this DPF stuff. These trucks have more problems. These newer trucks have more problems today with that system than anything. You know, I can get in an older truck and start it up and go. But I get in these newer trucks and start it up and I see check engine light, check engine, check this, check that, check the other. It's really kind of scary when I think about it because as I'm thinking about getting my own truck, when I think about getting my own truck, I want a newer truck. I don't want an old truck because, you know, I want to take it and I want to get some miles and get out there and chase some money. And so, you know, I want to be a little more comfortable. You know, the older trucks are usually pretty beat up. You know, they a lot of times missing shelves, and you got this making noise and that making noise and this rattle and that rattle and but these new trucks are a little bit tighter. Or newer truck. The newer the truck, the tighter the everything's gonna be. You know, once it starts getting some age on it, stuff starts loosening up, stuff starts breaking, and you know that's not really something you want to be necessarily living in, because you know when you over the road or you just out chasing money, you gonna be pretty much living in your truck. So, in terms of creature comfort, I would go with the newer truck. Now, in terms of getting the job done and not going too far, I would go with the older truck, because it's going 90% of the time it's going to keep going. You know, these trucks are built strong, so it might not be as comfortable or as good looking, but it's going to get the job done. And you know, it's not even about how the truck look. I think people get into all this. You know, I've been driving for so long, and I need a good truck that looks good and smells good and it feels good. It's got everything it's supposed to have. You know, all the shelves and everything. People look at these trucks and they go, I'm not driving that. Well, why not? If you only going 50 miles away, you coming home at the end of the night and going home, what's the problem? You know, these trucks are for work, you know. As long as it's safe, gets the job done, that's all it needs to do is just work, you know. But if you're on the road, you know, you don't want to be more comfortable. I can see an over-the-road driver looking at a truck and saying, you know, I don't want to be in that whoop-de-whoop, you know. It don't have shelves, it don't have this, it don't have that. And all that stuff is important when you're living in the truck. So, if you're not living in the truck, then the truck gets the job done, then, you know, go to work, get your job done, and at the end of the week, when you get that paycheck, you'll be happy. So, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll get back up with y'all later. Peace.